Hi everyone, it's Trekking Retro here, and I have to let you in on one of my biggest regrets ever. I have made a terrible mistake. Let's get into it. So I recently had the opportunity of going through my parents' Rift space to look for some of my older games, and in particular my PC games from late 90s to the early 90s. And I found everything I was expecting to find, and I was riding that wave of pure and utter nostalgia. But, and it's a big but, I got home, checked everything to make sure it was complete, and two of my games, two of my favourite games, the ones I was wanting to play and review on the channel, weren't in the box. Starfleet Command and Civilization 3. It's hard to explain the feeling when this happens. It's a sinking, gut-wrenching feeling of despair, and it triggered a regret I've had for years. I traded in some of my collectible PC games many years ago. One of them was Civilization Chronicles, which contained Civ 1, 2 with the expansions Civ 3 and 4, along with posters, a card game, a printed book, a DVD about the creation of Civ 4 and more. What the heck was I thinking? I am holding off reclaiming this right now, but I wanted to put right what once went wrong by starting to get these games back into my collection. So let's start opening and see what has arrived so far. Let's get started here with the first game inside this delightfully white jiffy bag. I already have a fair idea of what this one is. One of two. And yes, it's Rise of Nations. This is a real-time strategy game from Brian Reynolds, who was the lead designer for Civilization 2. The game was released in 2003, and I had this originally when it came out. The reason I like this one so much is because Civilization is a turn-based game, whereas this one is a real-time strategy, so it's more akin to the likes of Age of Empires. This is a gorgeous full-colour manual, both inside and out, and in excellent condition. Not something we see very much of these days. Inside here is the tech tree and the ages we can research. And this first page is the special abilities per empire. I thought for a moment this opened bigger, but nope. And here we can see the research tree again and the stages available throughout the game. I wanted to see what this was, and it's just an installation guide in various languages. So we can pop that back. I always like to check the condition of the disc itself, as it is second hand. And as you can see, it looks brand new. I mean, the whole thing feels brand new. I can't really see anything wrong with it at all. You can also see a nice little thank you note from Gary, who I bought this from. So, thank you, Gary. It's time to get stuck into the main event and open this box up with my trusty X-Acto knife. Should be a few games in here, and I think I know what they are. There are a few items still in the post that haven't arrived. So I'm just taking my time, as I don't want to cut myself, or more importantly, damage the contents. If I'm right in what's in here, I really don't want to damage the box after it's surviving for so many years. And now that we're past the scary part, let's get this off and see what's on top. And yes, this is exactly what I thought it was going to be. So what I'll do here, because the other games are underneath, is just move this off camera and heighten your suspense and disbelief. And have you figured out what this is yet? Comment below and let me know the timestamp you knew before I actually tell you. And it is, of course, Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, the future of mankind. I touched on this game very briefly back in the day, but 14-year-old me struggled a little bit. This came out in 1999, and obviously being a Sid Meier game is from the creators of Civilization. This is often called the spiritual successor to Civilization. Explore, discover, build, conquer for the future of mankind. Legendary designer Sid Meier presents the next evolution in strategy games with the most addictive, compelling gameplay yet. Interesting to see this 1999 price sticker on here. It's just sitting over the top of another sticker, and I wonder if the bottom price is more expensive and this was reduced at some point. Maybe I'll just leave this one alone. It's clearly been there for years, so let's not damage anything. There's a significant weight to this box, I need to say, and should really come with a warning for a two-person lift. Considering the age, the box is in amazing condition, and as you can see here, I got a little excited and opened the box to get at all the goodness inside and realised, like most of these old big box games, they have a fold-out flap at the front. History begins again on Alpha Centauri, and we can see the starting year of 2100 AD. This box is beautiful, and the seller clearly wants to protect this as much as possible in transit, and has put bubble wrap over the CD case, which is fantastic. You can see the bubble wrap was around the box as well initially, and this case looks absolutely brand new. A quick start key command guide on the back, and let's just do my CD quality check. Looks perfect. Yeah. More Civ than ever. You need the game in the box before you can... Oh, hi! Sorry, I can't get over this, and the fact the box is actually taunting me with more Civ than ever plastered on the front and the back of it, and it's totally empty. Do you know what would make me feel much better? If you went right ahead and gave that like button a little tickle. That would work. Cheers. Oh. More Civ than ever. Wow. This seller really went above and beyond to protect everything with even more bubble wrap, because as you can see, it looks brand new. This is coming on to 22 years old. I can't get over the condition of it. This is the install guide. Look at the size of it. This is the game manual. And look at it compared to the thickness of my thumb. Just huge, and is obviously where most of the weight was coming from. The key commands again on the back. Whoever owned this must have been a collector, as the spine hasn't even been broken in, so I'll be careful here to be sure and maintain the current condition. Register for free stuff. I wonder if EA would honour that today. And I love these little catalogues used to get in games like this. PC Entertainment Catalogue 1999, Electronic Arts. And oh yes, some SimCity 3000 being advertised here, and I believe this is the first SimCity game I ever played. Alpha Centauri getting a mention also. Explore, discover, build, conquer for the future of mankind. Love it. A separate brochure is in here for SimCity 3000, so clearly really pushing this at the time, and it looks just fantastic. I'll maybe go into more detail on that another time. And believe it or not, this is a poster. Look at the size of it! I'm opening it a little here so you can get a rough idea of what it is. And it's showing the tech tree, but really I would need to stand on a football field, hold it open with a crane, and have the International Space Station take a picture from orbit. So maybe I'll do another video where I can show you the actual size of this thing and what's on it, just minus involving NASA. And again, it looks like it came straight from the printers and clearly never been hung up on a wall. This next one is a slightly more modern game. Sid Meier's Civilization 5 came out in 2010, and as you can see is completely sealed. I didn't go looking for a sealed game, but when I came across this and seen the price, I had to grab it. The flagship turn-based strategy game returns, become ruler of the world by establishing and leading a civilization from the dawn of man into the space age. Inviting presentation. community and multiplayer, believable world, all new features. I really did enjoy this game and I'm glad to have it back in my collection. And as you can see from a Steeled Games perspective, it looks brand new. This is the last pickup and unboxing for this video in a nice brown jiffy. This is Rise of Legends, released in 2006 and the sequel to Rise of Nations. Let's just put these two together. There was an expansion pack for Rise of Nations called Thrones and Patriots, which I haven't got yet, and actually didn't play the expansion back when it released in 2004. Again, this is from Brian Reynolds. The case looks in fantastic condition. This is based more in a fantasy setting. And we have three races here, the Vinci, the Alan, and the how in the heck do you pronounce that? Kotal? Cuddle? If anyone knows, please leave a comment below and put me out of my misery. The power of magic meets the might of technology. Enter a world where technology and magic are locked in an epic struggle. Let's take a look inside, and straight away we can see multiple discs. This is disc 4, and 3 discs on this side. Let's take a look at those. Being on top of each other for years, you might expect some scratching, so we'll take a quick look. And they all appear to be in absolutely amazing condition. I'll just check disc 4 here as well, and I expect this to be in good condition. And it is. Not a single mark. All these games so far are just in absolutely fantastic condition, clearly well looked after. We have another fold out here like Rise of Nations, and again it is the technology tracks available for each of the races, just displayed a little differently and in full colour. On the back we've got our hotkeys, certainly something you want to keep handy while you're playing and just learning the game. And again, the full colour manual inside and out. Advanced controls, starting gameplay, and some screenshots to whet your appetite. The installation guide again at the bottom. No need to disturb him. I think you might have picked up a theme in the kinds of PC games I like to play. Expect to see these and many more covered in the weeks and months ahead. To know what else to expect from me this year, then check out my 2021 channel updates video right here before I pull a muscle.